What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Game Week FC. My name's Travis. This is my brother Parker. Parker, how's it going?
It could be better, but we're still alive, so we're okay.
Yeah. What you're looking at on the screen right here is our record from this past week. Parker had a brutal week, 2-8. Tell us how you feel, Parker.
Shambolic, embarrassed. I'm sorry. Public apology. Yeah, the only thing I can say is that we're gonna bounce back this week.
If there's one thing that you can count on Parker doing is bouncing back. He had a dreadful start the season. He actually climbed back, and before this past week, he was about level with my record. I've been down in the past couple weeks, so it's good to be positive again. But it definitely was not easy. There were a couple sweats there. Bournemouth plus 0.5. What an insane game. Parker totally could have been 3, 4, and 6. I mean, a lot of these games could have gone either way. But yeah, disappointing in Newcastle. That was probably probably the most disappointing game that we had. Arsenal were pretty disappointing against Wolves.
Brentford.
But we got a whole new week, guys, so don't worry about that. My record is 81, 71, and 8. 81 wins, 71 losses, and 8 pushes. Parker is 74 wins, 79 losses, 7 pushes. So it's a long season. We continue the haul, and we will certainly bounce back. So let's start with our first game, Newcastle-Chelsea. Parker, how about you start us off?
With pleasure. This game is going to be super fun to watch, but I hate making a prediction on this one. That being said, Chelsea have been finding the back of the net recently, and I think Newcastle are just better at home. So I'm leaning both teams to score here.
Both teams to score. Okay. I like that. Let's see all odds. I missed that. Both teams to score. I love that. Minus 180, not bad. Yeah. I am a little worried about both teams to score. It sounds right in this game. Chelsea I believe is the better team. They're the better attacking team. Newcastle is more defensive, but they're going to have pride at home to, score at least one goal in this game. But, I just looked at these stats on here. This was, I just saw this, but this correlates with my pick. The halftime scoreline has been 1-1 in 4 of the last 5 EPL matches between Newcastle and Chelsea. Okay. However, the past 2 times that they've played at Newcastle, the scores ended 2-0 Newcastle. So that does worry me. But I think I checked out these halftime stats. I love looking at this. Manchester City is phenomenal. The best first half team in the league. However, this is fascinating. Chelsea and Newcastle right here, they are almost even in terms of first half statistics. Goal differential +4, +6. I think this first half is going to be a draw. So I'm going to go first half draw +125. And best case scenario, like the stat said, 1-1 at halftime. Both of our bets hit.
Yeah, that'd be great. Can you pull the DraftKings back up?
Is it not there?
I'm not seeing it on my end.
I thought I did. Okay. There we go. Yeah, so.
Yeah, 1-1 at the half
draw
would be
+120.
fantastic.
Yeah, so draw plus 125 and Parker's going minus 180. Both teams to score, yes. So those are our picks for that game. Let's move on to the next one. City West Ham. This one's pretty I think we're both going to be picking Man City in this game, right?
Yes, it's just by how much. So I am
Yeah.
dabbling in the player props again. I feel like every time I have a bad week, I crawl back to player props, and they either help or hurt more. But I'm going Erling Haaland goal and Manchester City minus 1.5. I don't think this is close. I'm going for the double pick.
All right. Is that parlayable? I don't know if that's parlayable.
Well, it is on
I don't
on
think you
my
can.
betting site.
Okay. Let's see here. Game lines. Yeah, I don't think
Okay.
DraftKings does not allow you to do that,
Well, can you
but
can you? I
total
mean,
goals you want
can
to
you
do
do?
two and a
Can you
half.
do? Can you do first half?
Let's see.
City first half and Holland to score.
You can do City spread -2. I mean that hits your.
I mean, yeah, I guess.
Or you can do, what was it? Holland to score, Man City money line. That's -195.
I mean, that's just under the threshold, but sure.
And then halftime Man City.
No, take the halftime out. It's one or the other.
Okay. All right, Man City money line. Erling Haaland to score. Oops. I don't mind it. That seems like the most straightforward thing that you can do. You see, I'm trying to think through this. West Ham are going to be missing their usual starting left back. Uh, I don't. I'm going to butcher his name. His name's Malik Diouf,
Doof, yeah.
who will be
League
leaving
doof.
for AFCON. African, yeah, African Cup of Nations. So that's their left back. And like I want to think, I'm thinking that West Ham's strategy is just to park the bus, try to keep it a close game as long as possible, and hope for a counterattack. So I'm hesitant to take goals in this game, but City have scored 3 goals in just about every single game that they've played against West Ham the past 5 times. So, yeah, I'm going to go with team props, City over 2.5 goals as my pick
I love it.
at minus
I
150.
don't think this is going to be close at all. Honestly,
Uh,
West
you
Ham can
wouldn't you
sit
wouldn't
back. It
think
doesn't
so,
matter.
but yeah, I'm just. I mean, once City get the first goal, it's going to open up and City
Yeah,
will score more.
it's going to be
But
wrapped as soon as
it's
that
it's
happens.
just like, yeah, if they score before halftime, then this over 2.5 is going to look good. But if they don't, if it's like 0-0 at halftime, I might be concerned. Okay, moving on to Bournemouth versus Burnley. What do you think about this game?
Bournemouth coming off the crazy 4-4 finish against Manchester United. I'm riding the hot hand, going back to another player prop. Everyone thinks I'm going to say Semenyo, but I'm not. Give me the Brazilian Evan Nielsen anytime goal scorer. He's going to pick up another
Oh,
one
Evan
against Burnley.
Nielsen.
Yep.
Oh, I love that. Where's he at? Oh, there he is. Plus 130. Yeah, man, I love that. I I was looking at these player props. Literally every single Bournemouth player looks like a good pick. You know, I could say, yeah, Semenyo, I'd take him. Krupi Jr., I'd probably take him. Eb Nielsen, yeah. Unal, probably. Clivert, yeah, I like that. Tavernier, I'm telling you, Tavernier could be a value pick here.
He had a great
But
free kick.
yeah, it's just it's so hard to pick one because you could literally pick every single one. Um, I'm gonna go with. I'm actually gonna go with a Burnley player here,
Really.
Martin Dubravka, 4+ saves. Now hear me out. Bournemouth with Oriola, or how do you say his name?
I think,
Coach, is that right?
well, Areola plays for West Ham.
Um,
Petrovic?
Bournemouth's coach. Bournemouth's coach.
Oh,
Help me out.
coach. Yeah, Areola. Sorry.
Yeah, Ariola. Um, his team, Bournemouth, have been huge on getting shots on target. Last season, I think they were like the top one or two team in terms of getting shots on target. But I want to show you guys a few statistics here. Look at this: saves per match. Burnley have 3.7 per game. They have the highest amount in the league, obviously because they're probably the worst team in the league.
And they sit back against everyone.
Yeah, they pretty much sit back. So goal, I mean, Bournemouth will score a goal in this game, but shots on target per match. Here we are. United surprisingly top of the league in shots on target, but Bournemouth are in the top 5 here. 5.1 shots on target. So you do the math. Bournemouth averaged 3.7 saves. Burnley averaged 3.7 saves. Bournemouth have shots on target about 5 times a game. That number's probably going to be 6, 7, 8 in this game because they're playing at home. So I think to keep Burnley in the game, shots on target here, Dubravka, I think 4+ saves seems like a pretty safe bet here. So that's what I'm going with.
I like that. I think you closed out of the DraftKings again.
See, every time I switch, I think it
Yeah.
does that. Every time I switch. So, yeah, so here we are. Can you see it?
Yep.
And then you had
Evan Nielsen.
Evan Nielsen goal. So those are our picks in this one. Now let's move on to the next one. Brighton Sunderland. I'm going to start with this one. It's actually pretty much the same pick as this last game. I'm going to go with a goalkeeper prop. I'm actually going to go with Robin Roofs. Let's see here. 4+ saves. I'm going to show you the statistics again. Let's see here. Here we are, shots on target. Brighton are 6th place for 4.6 shots on target. And then saves per match. By the way, all of this is on fopmob.com. I'm not advertising it, but I figured I'd give them a shout out because I'm showing you this.
Hey, cite your sources.
Yeah, cite your sources. Sunderland second for saves per game, 3.4. Plus, Sunderland are missing a bunch of guys to AFCON. They're missing about, I think, 9 or 10 guys to AFCON. I believe only like 1 or 2 are starters, but it's going to make a difference in terms of depth. So I wouldn't be surprised if this game is actually pretty close until the second half. If you want to take maybe a Brighton second half winner, you could, but I'm just going to stick with what I have here. Robin Roofs, 4+ saves.
This game I don't really love, to be honest with you. My initial thought was Sunderland double chance,
Mm.
but I think I'm going to pivot. I think I think that with missing the players to AFCON is going to hurt, and like you said, not necessarily starters, but just having that depth. Like what's going to be coming off the bench later? Um, we don't know what's training going to be like with the youngsters. Is it better this week? Is it maybe not the same intensity? Just things to sort of think about. But so I'm just going to take Brighton money line here.
Okay.
Not think too much about it.
Yeah, I kind of agree with that. Brighton, they haven't won at home in a while, it seems. And playing against a Sunderland team suffering from, missing AFCON players, I totally lean Brighton in this game. Um, I think they're due for a win, so I do really like that pick. Um, I just wanted to be fancy and take goalkeeper props, but Brighton should absolutely. I don't believe Brighton's going to lose this game. I would be shocked if Brighton loses this game. Um, I do think
I
Brighton's.
wouldn't be necessarily surprised. I mean, Sunderland are have been the surprise of the season, so
Yeah, they're just outperforming their metrics somehow. They're like kind of like Nottingham Forest last season. They're like, you know, I I looked at an XG table. Sunderland are actually, in terms of expected goals, they're performing like a bottom three team in terms of XG,
hmm,
but they're just converting their chances every time.
absolutely clinical.
They're playing good defense, so I mean, I guess that's all you need. Um, all right, moving on to another game that I don't like, Wolves Brentford.
This game stinks, and I shout out Wolves for scoring 3 goals last week, albeit 2 of them on their own net. I think it's probably the most they scored all year. But yeah, this game stinks. I have a absolute vendetta against Brentford right now for the draw last week. Um, all that being said, these garbage games I tend to fall in love with somehow, some way, and think it's going to be entertaining. And that's what I've gone for again. So give me over 2.5 goals in this one.
Mm, over 2.5. I do like that. Minus 105. I watched, I don't know if you watched the game, but I watched the Brentford versus Leeds United game, and Brentford looked so out of sorts. They were extremely disappointing. Um, like they got outworked by Leeds United. Leeds United looked like the better team. I was not impressed by Brentford whatsoever. I'm actually I can't believe I'm doing this, but I'm actually going to take double chance Wolves or tie in this game. I think they're due. I think Rob Evans, their coach, new coach, I believe that's his name. I think he's doing a decent job right now. The best that he can do. So I actually like Wolves in this game. They're performing better. Brentford don't look good right now. So I'm gonna go Wolves or tie.
All right, he's riding with the bottom dwellers,
Yeah.
the winless
Brentford are gonna be
Wolves.
missing Dango Otara in this
But
game to
they
AFCON.
still have Tiago.
Yeah. Also, another player prop in this game that I like, if you want to sprinkle it, Mikael Damsgaard to score or assist. He looked really bright when he came into the game for Brentford against Leeds. He looked like he made a difference. So if you want to take that, be my guest as a sprinkle. But we're gonna ride with the Wolves for this game. This is a big game right here. Battle of the disappointments. Tottenham, Liverpool. What do you have in this game?
Yeah, neither team can seem to be able to keep a clean sheet consistently. So you know exactly where I'm going. Both teams to score. I think it's gonna be a fun watch. I think if the fixture was reversed and this was at Liverpool, I don't think I would take Tottenham to score. And I know Tottenham have not been very good at home recently, but I just think that they're going to get after Liverpool's defense in this one. So give me both teams.
Yeah. Yeah, I like that. Um, yeah, it's kind of funny. I mean, Tottenham, they started the season so well. Like their away form was stupendous. But who did they play last week?
Uh,
They got smoked by
Nottingham Forest.
Nottingham Forest. Yeah, they got smoked by Nottingham
3-0.
Forest.
Yep.
It seems like their away form has taken a dip, but their home form has actually gotten better. Um, they won against Brentford a couple weeks ago. Then they won in the Champions League at home. And Tottenham have shown that they can bounce back from really disappointing games. This kind of feels like a Tottenham surprise bounce back spot for some reason. And Liverpool, they should not have gotten a clean sheet against Brighton last week. That was a fluke. I still don't really trust them. So I'm actually going to go against the odds here, and I'm going to go Tino bet Tottenham. It's kind of a gross pick, but I I don't know. I just feel like Tottenham might bounce back here, and everybody's going to be surprised.
Okay.
Yeah, just seems like I don't know why I'm picking that, but
I love when you fade your team.
I have to. I still don't trust Liverpool. Um, I do believe they're gonna get really consistent here soon, but they got too many injuries on the back line. Um, yeah, I'm still concerned about them. Arsenal, Everton. I think I'm just gonna go with
Yeah,
Arsenal money line here.
yeah. Same. They're gonna find a way somehow, some way. Probably be an ugly 2-1 win, and yeah, I'm good. Not much to say.
Not
Arsenal
much
find
to
a way,
say.
even if the other team scores for them.
Yeah. Um, I was really tempted to take Arsenal minus 1.5. If you wanted to take Arsenal minus one, there's value there. I just Everton are missing Iliman Njai and Idrissa Gana Gueye, two of their workhorse players, and I believe Dewsbury Hall is a doubt for this game, as is Jack Grealish. I got to double check that, but I know they're missing Njai, who's their one of the, if not, could be. I'd say he could be their best attacking player. That's just me. And I think they're going to suffer from it. Arsenal have too much depth, They didn't perform well against Wolves. That's why this number is lower than it is, or as low as it is. Jesus, I can't speak. So yeah, I'm just gonna Arsenal money line. It's below -200, so that fits the bill.
Yep.
Simple does it. Leeds United, Crystal Palace. I think I know what you're gonna pick.
Do you?
Tino bet Palace.
I'm actually not. I'm actually going both teams to score. There's decent value on it, and recently neither team has really been able to keep a clean sheet, but they're finding the net. Leeds have been scoring at home, and I'll back Palace to score anywhere, anytime. So give me both teams.
I do like that. Um, I'm actually going to go with Tino bet Leeds United in this game.
Ooh.
I just think there's a lot of stuff going on around Crystal Palace right now. Reports say that Oliver Glasner has rejected his contract for next season. So it sounds like he's probably going to be leaving Crystal Palace at the end of the season. So, you hear that as a player and like, oh, geez, like what? And it's only halfway through the season. So, and plus they've just had a brutal run of fixtures lately, just nonstop. Last week they had like 3 games in a week. They've got European games as well, and it's
Speaking of,
just and they just
did you see Uche's goal today for Palace?
I did not. Was it class?
Yeah, look it up. Beautiful Trivela.
Ooh, yeah, I'll have to look at that.
Vintage
Um,
charisma.
Vintage Cresma. Yeah, so I just think Leeds United are going to be the more in shape team for this game, and it seems like they've found a formation that works for them finally. And they looked good against Brentford. I don't know. I'm going to take a shot in the dark here and say that Palace's run of fixtures is going to catch up to them, and Leeds United could get a sneaky win here. Moving on to our second last game,
The
United
lone
Villa.
game on Sunday.
Yeah, Villa money line for me. Man United missing Ahmad Diallo and Brian Mbumo. Mbumo honestly carries this attack for Man United. He is the workhorse. Somehow he didn't score in their 4-4 or assist. Did he get an assist?
I don't. No, I don't remember.
I don't think he did, but he is just a workhorse. He creates stuff just from his press and movement off the ball. They're going to suffer. United are going to suffer without him. I'm going Villa money line here.
I'm sort of on the same train. Um, I'm going Villa over 1.5 team goals.
Ooh.
I really like this pick. Yeah, United at home or United away. They're not good enough in my brain yet to justify anything other than leaking goals. So, and Villa have been red hot. So yeah, we're gonna ride with the villains.
I actually love that pick. Moving on to Fulham, Nottingham Forest.
Little Monday night football.
Well, Monday Night Football. What's your play in this game?
I kind of hate this game, but there's something about Monday nights that both teams just score. So I'm going for it again. I've got a lot of both teams to score. I feel like every week I have a lot of both teams to score, but um,
I love that.
anything can happen in this league, and I'm just playing the odds.
I really like that pick. My pick in this game is I think Nottingham Forest is going to win this game. I really do. So I'm going to take Nottingham Forest plus 0.25. Those are good odds. Forest plus 0.25 or Tino Bet Forest. That was going to be my pick, but I'm just going to take Forest plus 0.25. Forest just seem like they're playing just incredible football, and nobody seems to realize it at the moment. Under Sean Dyche, and Fulham are going to be missing. Who are they missing? They're missing Alex Iwobi and
Chukwueze.
Samuel Chukwueze, yeah, who are two of their best midfielders. They actually create. They're in the top three of expected goal involvement for Fulham. So really, that just leaves Fulham with Harry Wilson and Raul Jimenez to create goals. So I don't think that's
Harry
enough
Wilson
against.
has been on fire.
He has been, and if you want a player shot on target, Harry Wilson at minus 145 is massive value. But I don't think that's enough against this Nottingham Forest team who are playing really, really well at the moment. So, yeah, Forest plus 0.25 for me. And that leaves us with our best bet. What you got?
Aston Villa to score over 1.5 goals.
Okay. I'm actually going to finish. Yeah, I'm going to start the way I finished. Forest plus 0.25. I love them against Fulham. Fulham have actually been playing pretty poorly at home lately. I'm going to ride with the trees, baby.
We
All right,
have
guys, that's all we got.
I was gonna
What?
say we have to win this best bet this week. It's 2 weeks in a row now we've
Oh, I
let
know.
people down.
We've
So
been shambolic with our favorite bets. For some reason, if you want to fade our favorite bets, then you probably be doing pretty well. But overall, pretty solid. I mean, oh yeah, we got to get on a streak here sooner rather than later.
it's a big
But
bounce back week for me though.
yeah, you've got a lot of
Got some
pressure on
ground
your
to make
shoulders
up.
here. Sure do. But all right, guys, that's all we got. Appreciate you watching the video. If you did, stay tuned. Good luck this weekend. Make sure you like, subscribe. It means the world to us. And as always, we'll see you later. Adios.
Adios.